Zephyr Hawthorne's fingers danced across her keyboard, her eyes fixed on the lines of code scrolling by. The gentle hum of servers filled the air of Quantum Nexus, Earth's premier internet security firm. Everything seemed normal until... "What the dash?" Zephyr muttered, her brow furrowing as she noticed an anomaly in the data stream. She leaned closer to her monitor, her heart rate quickening. "Hey, Rix, come take a look at this." Rickson Caldwell, her lanky colleague with a mop of unruly red hair, rolled his chair over. "What's up, Zeph? Found another meme in the Matrix." "I wish," Zephyr replied, her voice tinged with concern. "Look at these packet loss rates. They're outputting." Rickson's usual smirk faded as he examined the numbers. "That can't be right. It's like half the internet just vanished." As if on cue, their phones buzzed simultaneously. Messages flooded in from friends, family, and colleagues around the globe. "Internet down? Can't connect to anything. What's happening?" Zephyr and Rickson exchanged alarmed glances. This was no localized outage. Something was very, very wrong. "We need to alert Dr. Venn," Rickson said, already dialing their supervisor's number. Dr. Astra Venn, Quantum Nexus's brilliant and eccentric lead researcher, burst into the room moments later, her silver hair wild and her eyes wide with excitement. "You've seen it too? It's happening." "What's happening, Dr. Venn?" Zephyr asked, a knot forming in her stomach. "The great disconnection, my dear. Just as I predicted," Dr. Venn exclaimed, practically bouncing on her toes. "Quickly now, we must implement Protocol Omega." As Zephyr and Rickson scrambled to follow Dr. Venn's instructions, the world outside descended into chaos. Smartphones became useless bricks. Smart homes turned dumb. The constant flow of information that humanity had grown dependent on stopped. In Washington, D.C., President Hilaire Steele received the news with grim determination. "Get me the Joint Chiefs," she ordered her frantic aide. "And someone find out why the hell I can't tweet about this." Meanwhile, in a small town in Nebraska, 15-year-old Pixel Martinez stared at his game console in disbelief. "Mom, the internet's broken," he yelled, unaware that his cry was being echoed in households across the planet. Back at Quantum Nexus, Zephyr, Rickson, and Dr. Venn worked tirelessly, trying to piece together what had happened. Their systems, designed to function even in the event of a global network collapse, gave them a unique vantage point. "It's not just a DDoS attack or a massive solar flare," Zephyr muttered, her eyes bloodshot from hours of staring at screens. "It's like someone stole our Wi-Fi. All of it." Dr. Venn nodded sagely. "Precisely, my dear. But the question is..." As if in answer, every functioning screen in the facility suddenly flickered to life. A strange symbol appeared, a swirling vortex of light that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. "Oh my God," Rickson whispered, his face pale in the eerie glow of the screens. Dr. Venn's eyes sparkled with a mixture of fear and excitement. "It appears, my young friends, that we are no longer alone in the universe, and our new neighbors have quite the appetite for our technology." As the symbol faded, leaving them in darkness, Zephyr felt a chill run down her spine. The great disconnection was just the beginning. Humanity was about to face a challenge unlike any it had ever encountered before. And somewhere in the vast expanse of space, unseen eyes watched as Earth's digital lights winked out, one by one. The days following the great disconnection were a blur of panic, confusion, and frantic adaptation. Humanity, so long tethered to its digital umbilical cord, found itself thrust into an unexpected digital dark age. At Quantum Nexus, Zephyr Hawthorne hadn't slept in what felt like eons. Her fingers flew across her keyboard, eyes bloodshot but determined. "Come on, you sneaky bastards," she muttered. "Show me something." Suddenly, her screen flickered. A cascade of alien symbols flooded her display, twisting and morphing in ways that made her eyes water. "Rix, Dr. Venn, I've got something." Dr. Astra Venn materialized beside her, silver hair even wilder than before. "Marvelous. What have you found, my dear?" Zephyr pointed to the screen. I think it's their language. Or code. Or both." Rickson Caldwell wheeled over, a half-eaten energy bar hanging from his mouth. Holy shit, he mumbled around the food. Can you translate it? Working on it, Zephyr replied, her fingers a blur. It's like nothing I've ever seen. It's not just taking our data. It's consuming our entire digital infrastructure. As they worked, similar breakthroughs were happening across the globe. In Beijing, Dr. Lian Zhao of the Chinese Academy of Sciences detected unusual radiation patterns in the upper atmosphere. In Bangalore, tech prodigy Arjun Mehta discovered bizarre fluctuations in the Earth's magnetic field. President Ilara Steele stood in the White House Situation Room, surrounded by grim-faced advisors. So, let me get this straight, she said, pinching the bridge of her nose. We're being robbed by aliens? General Thaddeus Ironside, a mountain of a man with a perpetual scowl, nodded. Yes, Madam President. It appears these entities are siphoning off our entire digital infrastructure. Wi-Fi, cellular networks, satellite communications, they're taking it all. But why? The president demanded. What could they possibly want with cat videos and social media influencers? Dr. Ven's face appeared on a secure video link, one of the few still functioning. Madam President, if I may, we believe the aliens aren't just after our data. They're after the technology itself. Our method of transmitting information wirelessly seems to be delicious to them, for lack of a better term. Back at Quantum Nexus, Zephyr's eyes widened as she made a breakthrough in the alien code. Oh my God, she whispered. They're not just thieves. They're addicts. The alien message, now partially decrypted, scrolled across her screen. Greetings, humans. Your Wi-Fi is most intoxicating. We must have more. Resistance is futile. Your digital essence will be assimilated. Rickson let out a low whistle. Great. Space junkies with a hard-on for our router signals. What's next? Cosmic meth heads after our fiber optics? Dr. Ven's eyes gleamed with a manic light. Don't you see? This is our advantage. They're not invading for our water, or our resources, or even to conquer us. They're here for our technology. Technology we created and understand better than anyone else. As this realization spread across the globe, humanity's initial panic began to shift. In labs, basements, and makeshift command centers, a new determination took hold. In New Delhi, Arjun Mehta grinned as he pulled an old Nokia 3310 from a dusty drawer. Let's see them try to steal this bad boy's signal. In a small town in Nebraska, young Pixel Martinez rummaged through his grandfather's attic, emerging triumphantly with an ancient dial-up modem. Mom, I think I found a way to save the world. And in Quantum Nexus, Zephyr Hawthorne's eyes lit up with an idea. Dr. Van, what if we gave them something they couldn't handle? Something so old, so clunky, it would be like trying to get drunk on year-old eggnog. Dr. Ven's manic grin widened. Oh, my brilliant girl. I believe you've just sparked the resistance. Rickson, fetch me that box of floppy disks from storage. We're about to introduce our alien friends to the joys of 90s technology. As night fell on a disconnected Earth, a plan began to form. Humanity, knocked off balance, but far from defeated, prepared to strike back. The aliens had stolen their Wi-Fi, yes, but they were about to learn a harsh lesson. Never underestimate a species whose grandparents still can't program a VCR. The stage was set for Operation Dial-Up, and the aliens were in for a rude awakening. The war room at Quantum Nexus buzzed with an energy that was part desperation, part mad genius. Dr. Astra Ven stood before a whiteboard covered in scribbles, diagrams, and what looked suspiciously like a doodle of an alien tripping over a tangle of Ethernet cables. Ladies and gentlemen, she announced, her silver hair practically crackling with static electricity. Welcome to Operation Dial-Up. Zephyr Hawthorne and Rickson Caldwell exchanged glances. They'd been working nonstop for days, fueled by a cocktail of energy drinks, determination, and the kind of insanity that only comes from prolonged exposure to dial-up modem sounds. So, let me get this straight, Rickson said, rubbing his bloodshot eyes. We're going to fight off an advanced alien race with outdated tech? Dr. Ven's eyes gleamed maniacally. Precisely, my boy. These cosmic cretins may be addicted to our Wi-Fi, but they've never experienced the JOY of a 56K modem. Zephyr couldn't help but grin. It's so crazy, it just might work. But how do we implement this on a global scale? The answer came in the form of a worldwide network of ham radio operators, tech enthusiasts, and that one guy in every family who never throws away old electronics. President Ilara Steele's voice crackled over a secure line. Dr. Van, your plan is unorthodox to say the least. But at this point, I'm willing to try anything. You have the full support of the United States government. God help us all. And so, Operation Dial-Up began. In basements and attics across the globe, ancient modems were dusted off. Floppy disks were formatted. VCRs were programmed, mostly unsuccessfully. In Bangalore, Arjun Mehta led a team in reprogramming old Nokia phones to emit signals that would make the aliens' equivalent of ears bleed. In Beijing, Dr. Lian Zhao worked tirelessly to adapt China's extensive landline network into a web-like trap for the alien signals. And in Nebraska, young Pixel Martinez became an unlikely hero, teaching a legion of retirees how to connect to the internet like it was 1995. At Quantum Nexus, Zephyr and Rickson worked on the centerpiece of their plan, a virus that would piggyback on the dial-up signals, designed to give the alien tech the digital equivalent of a hangover. I'm calling it the You've Got Mail, Motherf ***** Airs virus, Rickson announced proudly. Zephyr rolled her eyes, but couldn't suppress a smile. Let's hope it works, because if it doesn't, we'll be stuck listening to Welcome, You've Got Mail for the rest of our very short lives. As the plan came together, humanity held its collective breath. This was it, their big move, their chance to show these Wi-Fi stealing space junkies that Earth wasn't going to roll over and play dead. The signal went out, a cacophony of screeches, beeps, and that unmistakable sound of a dial-up modem trying to connect flooded the airwaves. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, the sky lit up. Streaks of light crisscrossed the atmosphere as alien ships suddenly became visible, their cloaking disrupted by the onslaught of outdated technology. It's working, Dr. Vin shouted, doing a little jig that would have gone viral if the internet was still a thing. Around the world, cheers erupted as people witnessed the alien fleet's confusion. The ships wobbled and swayed, clearly struggling with the influx of unfamiliar data. In orbit, the alien commander, ZYXNOR, stared in bewilderment at his control panel. "What is this madness?" he screeched, his tentacles flailing. "It tastes like digital vomit." Back on Earth, Zephyr watched as her virus wormed its way into the alien systems. Come on, she muttered. Suddenly, every alien ship in orbit began blasting out a familiar tune. "Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down." Rickson fell out of his chair laughing. "URICKROLLED, the aliens." Zephyr grinned triumphantly. "Hey, you had your virus name, I had mine." As Rick Astley's dulcet tones echoed across the galaxy, the alien fleet fell into disarray. Some ships crashed, others fled, and a few seemed to be trying to dance to the rhythm. Operation Dial-Up was a success. Humanity had struck back, armed with nothing but outdated tech and a refusal to go quietly into the night. But as the initial euphoria faded, a sobering realization set in. This was just the first battle. The war was far from over. Dr. Ven's voice cut through the celebration. "Well done, everyone, but don't get too comfortable. Something tells me our extraterrestrial friends won't take this humiliation lying down." As if on cue, a new message crackled through their speakers. "Very clever. But this is not over. We will return. And next time, we'll bring our own Rickroll." The battle for Earth's digital soul was just beginning. And somewhere in the vast expanse of space, a very confused alien was trying to figure out why it couldn't stop humming, "Never Gonna Give You Up." The euphoria of Operation Dial-Up success was short-lived. As the last echoes of Rick Astley faded from the stratosphere, humanity braced itself for the aliens' counterattack. They didn't have to wait long. At Quantum Nexus, alarms blared as Zephyr Hawthorne's monitors lit up like a deranged Christmas tree. "OSHIT, she breathed, her fingers flying across the keyboard. "They're back. and they've adapted. Dr. Astra then materialized beside her, peering at the screens with a mixture of dread and excitement. Fascinating. It appears they've reconfigured their systems to use our old tech against us. Rickson Caldwell interrupted, his face pale. They're flooding every antiquated system on the planet with spam, Zephyr finished grimly. Intergalactic bandwidth-hogging spam. Across the globe, the situation quickly spiraled out of control. In Beijing, Dr. Lien Zhao watched in horror as China's repurposed landlines overloaded, spewing forth an endless stream of alien advertisements for something that looked suspiciously like cosmic Viagra. In Bangalore, Arjun Mehta's team of Nokia-wielding warriors found their phones possessed, each one blaring a different, discordant alien pop song that made dubstep sound like Mozart. And in Nebraska, young Pixel Martinez stared in disbelief as his grandfather's ancient computer spewed forth a never-ending stream of extraterrestrial chain letters. Forward this to 10 planets or face galactic doom. President Alara Steele's voice crackled over the emergency broadcast system, steady despite the chaos. My fellow Earthlings, we find ourselves once again under attack. But we will not surrender. We defeated them once with our ingenuity, and we'll do it again. Stay strong, stay united, and for the love of God, don't open any alien attachments. Back at Quantum Nexus, Zephyr, Rickson, and Dr. Vin huddled around a whiteboard, brainstorming frantically. What if we tried to DDoS them back? Rickson suggested, his hair standing on end from running his hands through it too many times. Zephyr shook her head. We don't have the bandwidth. They've clogged every channel we have. Dr. Vin's eyes suddenly lit up with that familiar, slightly unhinged gleam. What if we don't fight the bandwidth? What if we ride it? Zephyr and Rickson exchanged glances. Dr. Vin? Zephyr ventured cautiously. Have you slept at all in the past week? Sleep is for those not defending Earth from digital alien invaders. Dr. Vin declared. Now listen closely. They're using our old systems, yes? Systems we designed. Systems with backdoors. Understanding dawned on Zephyr's face. You want to piggyback on their signal and infiltrate their ships? Precisely. Dr. Vin cackled. We'll turn their spam cannon into our Trojan horse. As the plan took shape, a call went out to every hacker, programmer, and digital security expert on the planet. The message was clear. Prepare for the greatest cyber battle in human history. In orbit, alien commander Zhuix Nor gloated over what he thought was his impending victory. Your primitive dial-up is no match for our advanced spam technology. Soon, your entire planet will be subscribed to our newsletter. Little did he know, Earth's best and brightest were about to give him a crash course in human ingenuity. The counterattack began subtly. Hidden in the endless stream of alien spam were tiny packets of human code. Each message opened. Each attachment clicked became a foothold for Earth's digital warriors. Zephyr led the charge, her consciousness flowing through the digital streams like a silicon-based Valkyrie. She felt Rickson's presence beside her, his code intertwining with hers as they penetrated deeper into the alien systems. Arjun Mehta's team followed, using the aliens' own pop songs to smuggle in viruses that made Stuxnet look like a script kiddie's first attempt at Hello World. Dr. Lien Zhao coordinated the Chinese effort, turning the cosmic Viagra spam into a vehicle for some of the most sophisticated malware ever created. And young Pixel Martinez? He weaponized those chain letters, each forward carrying a payload that would make the aliens wish they'd never learned what inbox meant. As the battle raged, Earth's digital defenders pushed deeper and deeper into the alien network. They were close, so close to their goal. Suddenly, Zephyr found herself face-to-face with Zhuix Nor in the digital realm. The alien commander's avatar glowered at her, its tentacles writhing in fury. You, he snarled. How dare you invade our systems? This is a violation of intergalactic spam laws. Zephyr's digital form stood tall, a sword made of pure code materializing in her hand. Tough shit, calamari breath. You stole our Wi-Fi. We're just returning the favor. With a war cry that echoed through cyberspace, Zephyr charged. The fate of Earth's digital realm hung in the balance as human and alien clashed in a battle of ones and zeros. As the conflict reached its climax, no one could predict the outcome. But one thing was certain. The universe would never look at Earth's internet the same way again. The digital duel between Zephyr and ZYX-Nor raged across the vastness of cyberspace. A battle of wits, will, and really good firewalls. Zephyr's code sword clashed against ZYX-Nor's spam tentacles, sending cascades of data flying in all directions. "You cannot win, human," ZYX-Nor bellowed, his voice distorting like a badly compressed MP3. "Our need for Wi-Fi is eternal." Zephyr gritted her teeth, parrying another assault of pop-up ads. "Yeah? Well, our need for cat videos is stronger." Back on Earth, Dr. Astra Vin watched the battle unfold on her monitors, her wild hair practically standing on end with excitement. "That's it, my dear. Show that overgrown calamari the power of human ingenuity." Rickson Caldwell, his fingers flying across his keyboard, called out, "Zeph, I found their weak spot. It's in their main communications array." "On it," Zephyr shouted back, both in the real world and the digital one. She dove deeper into the alien systems, dodging firewalls and antivirus programs that looked suspiciously like digital squids. Meanwhile, across the globe, humanity's other defenders were holding their own. In Bangalore, Arjun Mehta had turned the aliens' pop music attack back on them, flooding their ships with a remix of Never Gonna Give You Up and the most annoying Bollywood songs he could find. In China, Dr. Lien Zhao had repurposed the cosmic Viagra spam into a Trojan horse, delivering a payload that was currently making all the alien ship systems go embarrassingly limp. And in Nebraska, young Pixel Martinez had become a legend, his weaponized chain letters spreading through the alien fleet like wildfire. Forward this to 10 planets or face total system shutdown. Alien crew members, panicking, found themselves compulsively forwarding the messages, unwittingly spreading Earth's counterattack. Back in the digital realm, Zephyr had finally fought her way to the core of the alien system. Before her loomed a massive, pulsating orb of pure data, the alien central communications hub. ZYX-Nor appeared before her, his avatar looking decidedly frazzled. "Wait," he cried. "You don't know what you're doing. If you destroy this, you'll cut us off from our home world. We'll be stranded." Zephyr paused, her code sword raised. "Why should I care? You tried to steal our entire digital infrastructure." ZYX-Nor's tentacles drooped. We had no choice. Our species evolved to require constant data flow. When we discovered your internet, it was like finding an oasis in a digital desert. We became addicted." Zephyr's eyes narrowed. "So, you decided to steal ours instead of, I don't know, asking for help? Would you have shared your precious cat videos with strange aliens?" ZYX-Nor countered. "Fair point," Zephyr conceded. Then an idea struck her. "Wait a second. What if we could help each other?" Dr. Vin's voice crackled through her comm link. "Zephyr, what are you thinking?" "Dr. Vin," Zephyr said, excitement building in her voice. "What if we could adapt our technology to create a sort of galactic internet? One that could support both our needs and theirs?" There was a moment of stunned silence. Then Dr. Vin's maniacal laugh filled the airwaves. "Oh, my brilliant girl. Yes. A union of human creativity and alien technology. It's madness. It's genius. It's exactly what we need." Over the next few hours, as the world held its breath, Zephyr and ZYX-Nor hammered out the details of an unprecedented peace treaty. Earth would share its internet technology, helping the aliens build a stable data infrastructure. In return, the aliens would share their advanced science, propelling humanity into a new age of technological wonder. As the sun rose on a new day, President Ilaris Steele addressed the world. "My fellow Earthlings and our new alien neighbors, today marks the dawn of a new era. Through courage, ingenuity, and an obscene amount of outdated technology, we have not only defended our planet, but also forged an unlikely alliance." She paused, a wry smile crossing her face. Who would have thought that the key to intergalactic peace would be a combination of dial-up modems, spam emails, and Rick Astley? Across the globe, cheers erupted. Humanity had faced its greatest challenge and emerged victorious, armed with nothing but ancient tech and sheer audacity. In the months that followed, Earth underwent a transformation. The new galactic net brought forth innovations beyond imagination. Faster-than-light communication became a reality. Memes now spread at the speed of thought across star systems. At Quantum Nexus, Zephyr, Rickson, and Dr. Venn worked tirelessly alongside their new alien colleagues, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. You know, Rickson mused one day, watching an alien technician try to grasp the concept of a CAPTCHA. I never thought I'd say this, but I kind of miss the old internet. Remember when our biggest problem was deciding what to watch on Netflix? Zephyr laughed, shaking her head. Oh, come on. You can't tell me you don't enjoy having an entire galaxy's worth of cat videos at your fingertips. As if on cue, HFY floated by, his tentacles tangled in what looked suspiciously like an Earth cat. Humans, he called out, a mix of affection and exasperation in his voice. Your felines are impossible to understand. Why do they knock things off flat surfaces? Why? Dr. Venn cackled, her hair wilder than ever. My dear ZYXNOR, if we ever fully understand cats, we'll have unlocked the secrets of the universe itself. And so, life went on. Earth took its place among the stars, its people now citizens of a vast, interconnected galaxy. The Great Disconnection had led to the greatest connection of all. As for Zephyr Hawthorne, well, let's just say that intergalactic network troubleshooter looked pretty damn good on a resume. In the end, humanity had proved once again that there's no force in the universe quite like human stubbornness, creativity, and the burning desire to watch just one more YouTube video before bed. And somewhere in the vast expanse of space, a very confused alien was trying to figure out why its spaceship kept asking if it wanted to accept cookies.